Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Trials and Tribulations. The final episode, Bridge to the Turnabout. Shichishito, the treasured Korean village heirloom whose name means seven-branched sword. It is said that the sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed, the illusion is revealed, and the implicability of fate is finally laid bare. Implaceability, maybe? Placability? February 6th, 9:48 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Hey, Nick. Yeah? What is it? You know how I've got spiritual powers unlike you? Sure. You are a spirit medium, after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right? I guess so, yeah. Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up. Pearls? So? That's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick. Huh? I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of Occult. Winter Spiritual Location Special. Oh, Pearls look so happy. Maximize your spiritual power with just one night of intensive training. Oh, sounds too good to be true. I'll say. Sounds more like a scam to me. It's at a spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training. Now I definitely don't want to go. You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there. Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious? Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice. And the timing couldn't be better, since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you'd better start packing your stuff. Me? Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Why over 20? Why are you 19? Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. The only thing I can channel is a TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall. Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places. What? No way! How could you be so selfish? Come on, Mr. Nick, look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful? Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the? What is it, Mr. Nick? Let me see that magazine. This nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick? This girl. It's... My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, How can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. He was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick? I'll go. Huh? Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go. Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes! Oh, thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals, right? An occult magazine featuring Hazakura Temple. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple, but I just had to see it for myself. B? What's this B doing here? But I just had to BC for my... Yeah, shut the fuck up, video game. Who this nun really was. February 7th, 3:24 p.m., Hazakura Temple main gate. It's so cold here, Nick. Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change. Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's training. Achoo! Her teeth are clattering so loudly. It's all I can do to make out what she's saying. Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazakura Temple. Pearly? Achoo! Well. How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Achoo! Oh, my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human popsicles here. Well, we are high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think I would pass. Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun here at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that had a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Besides, it makes me seem younger. It certainly does. Oh, I signed for your special course. Well, my, quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Reckless? Wahaha. Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all that trouble to get reservations for... Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around? Oh, look, it's one of those snow motorcycle things. Most people call that a snowmobile, you know. Snow motorcycle things. No blow meal, same thing. Too bad we didn't invite Desiree. I bet she would race like the wind on this slowmobile. Or maybe she'd give me a ride on this blow snowbile. I told you it's a snowmobile! What do you think, Nick? Pretty awesome gate, huh? It sure is. Looks pretty well maintained, too. Thing kind of puts your hometown to shame, Maya. Yeah, well, a lot of things have happened in Kurain Village. We used to be a lot richer back when people hired us to perform channelings. Oh, I see. Now the place looks a bit run down. I guess I was just born in the wrong time. That looks like the main hall where we'll be staying tonight. From here, it looks like one of those ice hotels you always hear about. They gotta have a heater or something in there, don't you think? I don't want to die. I'm not worried. I brought my hot water bottle. Did you bring one for me? What are you talking about, Nick? Who carries around 2 hot water bottles? Ugh. Cold doesn't kill me. The Ice Queen over here will finish the job. So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh, my, you don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what he is saying. Well, just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seem to envelop you. Wow, she must have gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special course? You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in that at such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell. 30,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Eh? It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Sister, about this picture. Well, look at that! I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris? The cute little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? That kind of sounds like... Sorry to cut in, but this Iris, where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way just here to find a girlfriend, have you? No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Wah! Wah! So she's in the inner temple, huh? Look at this! Damn it. February 7th, Hazakura Temple Main Hall. The main hall. I think it's even colder in here. Achoo! Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum. Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes, too. I love mashed potatoes. Ha ha ha. What a cute little acolyte. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit? Did you come here for the special course too? Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... You're Miss Elise... Deoxnim? Hang on. Hang on. Wait, really? Like, most of it is just fucking silent? It's Doonim? You're Miss Elise Doonim. Yes, that's right. You know of me? My name is Pearl Fay. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Zavari, a fortune teller. I've got all your books, Miss Doonim. Ha ha ha. What a sweet thing to say. And please, call me Elise. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author, maybe. Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sorry, I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's all right. I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children. And really beautiful pictures too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. Ha ha. Makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. Do I have to admit? I do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. And I'm just yawning. I can't help it. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was all right to make it into a book. Wow, must have been a real great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you could secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? He calls himself Laurice. Laurice Doonim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Laurice's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise, anything for you! Ha ha ha. Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training? Ha ha ha. No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow! I can't wait to read it! Rose is completely taken with her task. Taken in with her. I'm losing my mind. What? I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So is that why you're dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their mind. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun! Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find one like that up here on this mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one. Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help with that whatever I can. Rose looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh, yes. Please take this. I think it will be of help to you. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? The inner temple. There it is, on the other side of the bridge. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Shows Hazakura Temple in the surrounding area. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick, let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving. There are straw zabuton cushions arranged around a hibachi bazaar. Brasserie. I haven't seen a layout like this since I saw this really old Japanese movie on TV. If it wasn't for this hibachi, they'd probably freeze to death. It's an altar. Looks a bit old, but someone does a good job taking care of it. Speaking of altars, I remember seeing one like this in Crane Village last year. I guess they really do have something to do with spiritual power after all. There's a laughably large Magatama on the altar. If I could see Psyche locks with the tiny Magatama I've got, I could only imagine what kind of power this bad boy has under its hood. A stack of straw zabuton cushions. Maya told me this type of zabuton is called an enza. I suppose if I'd never come here, I'd have missed out on all these new things. I bet the writing on these sliding doors are instructions for spirit channeling. Kind of like how we scribble math formulas on the bathroom walls to remember them. Except we couldn't go to the bathroom during tests. And I can't read these walls. Let me go. Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go? I guess she went to the inner temple. To go help that other nun out. Oh, right. I think her name is Iris? Yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find. February 7th, Suspension Bridge. Wow, look at this broken down old bridge, Nick. Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us. Hey, there's a river down there. Looks like it's flowing really fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump! It might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights. Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, all right. Anyway, it sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge. Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge. Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out. Why isn't there another way across? I can't believe there's a public phone here. Who would ever use it? The people who live here, I guess. I doubt they have any real phones here. Yeah, but it took like 20 minutes to walk here from the main hall. It would have been smarter of them to build the main hall here, don't you think? Maybe you should work on channeling someone who makes logical sense, Maya. Some letters are engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusty Bridge, huh? It says Dusky Bridge, okay? Come on, Nick, take a look at that bridge and tell me it's not supposed to be dusty. The sign is obviously wrong, and I'm gonna fix it. Now give me a pencil, Nick. Do I look like a pencil holder to you? Come on, Nick. Why don't we hop across the bridge? It'll be fun. I'm not so sure. Looks like a bunny hopping across the bridge would destroy it. Okay, Nick. Then let's try to find a cute, fluffy little bunny and test your theory. Right there sums up the fundamental difference between sane and insane. There's a narrow path going off in a different direction than that of the main hall. The sign here is so old, the text seems to have vanished. The path leads to a wooden staircase that goes down to the bottom of the canyon. Okay, I'll write wooden staircase on it then. Do you really think that is necessary? You'd have to be blind not to see the stairs. Well, it can't hurt. Just pass me a pencil, okay? Graffiti is a crime, Maya. February 7th, Inner Temple Gate. Whoa! That bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across that death trap. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes! That temple is in bad shape. Looks like it could collapse at any time. I guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to train tonight? This has to be it. Kinda creepy around here. Like a ghost might jump out at you or something. Spirit medium afraid of ghosts? Isn't it ironic, don't you think? I don't care how much you pay me. I don't want to cross that bridge again. No worries, Nick. No one is offering you any money. That's because no reasonable person would call that pile of popsicle sticks a bridge. The latter half of it was just nothing more than a few planks of wood and some string. Hey, if we want to get back, we've got no choice but to cross it again, you know. Maybe I'll just stay. I've always dreamed of living in a little shack in the woods. Wow, you really are scared, aren't you? Looks like this bridge is suspended by 4 of these wires. They're really thin. Shouldn't they be just a little thicker? Oh, stop it. You're such a worrywart, Nick. If the bridge were really going to collapse, I'm pretty sure the boards would break before these wires ever did. What's wrong? You're turning into an overripe avocado again. Oh, wow. Look at these neat Buddha statues. Maybe I'll take one home with me. My, but there are so many. They wouldn't notice if I just took one. Are you kidding? Of course they'll notice. What are you gonna do with one of those anyway? Put it in the office, of course. We can trade that wooden statue in the office reception area for one of these. You know, come to think of it, where did that wooden statue come from anyway? Hey, there's a giant robot buried in the snow! Well, there's something buried in the snow, but I think it's an incinerator. Oh, but you've got to admit it looks a lot like a robot. Sure. Anyway, I don't think it gets used much. It's looking pretty rusty. Hey, Nick, do you think this giant robo-incinerator can walk? I told you it's not a robot, and it's not especially big either. You have no imagination. I thought it'd be real neat if you had to beat it to advance. Fight between a lawyer and an overgrown furnace? Who'd ever pay to see that? Hey, a half-opened gate. It's practically a welcome mat. Yeah, except the sign on here says no entry. Nick, rules are made to be broken, you know. You expect a lawyer to go along with that? Oh, come on. You're such an old lady sometimes. Let's just go. Don't blame it on me when Sister Bikini puts a curse on you. Now you've got me scared. Let's just forget about it, okay? Looks like there's something written on it. I can't read it, but if I had to take a good guess, I'd say it says Inner Temple. What's the point of a sign if you can't read it? Must be tough for the mailman when he's delivering here. I guess the sign is a good indication of how long this place has been here. So that's the Inner Temple up ahead, huh? Looks kinda run down. Well, it wouldn't be very temple-like if it was all bright and shiny. So you're training here tonight, huh? Yep, then everyone will see my spiritual powers. Sounds like your stomach wants to show off its digestive powers instead. I wonder if that roast is ready yet. February 7th, Inner Temple Training Hall. Man, look at this place. It's just a tiny, freezing cold room. So this is where you'll both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean, both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... Pearlie's just a little kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind that door. Um, excuse me, but who are you? Uh, y you're... Hi there. We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? Oh, no, it's nothing. I wonder why she's spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? Not you too, Nick. My name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine. Oh, please, excuse me. I have some, chores to attend to. She sure is beautiful. And a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Nick? That girl. It can't be, but... Look at this antique dresser. I wonder if there's anything valuable inside. Let's have a look. Nothing. Just a bunch of clothes. Hey, Nick. Huh? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Oh, about Iris, I bet? Looks like you've been bitten by the love bug, Nick. Hanging scroll. Doesn't look that old either. Ah! Ah! What is it? Why did you scream like that? This scroll... It's my mother. What? It's Misty Fey, the master of the Crane School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition. So that's what the mark means. What is it? Nothing. Just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. My own mother. I can't even recognize her face. Maya. Shows Misty Fey, master of the Crane technique. Hangs wall scroll showing Maya's mother, Misty Fey. It's not that old. The crest at the top is the official mark of the master. I wonder if this temple has some sort of connection to the Fey family. I think it does, actually. Supposedly, it was founded by a branch family member of the Crane School. I'll have to ask Bikini in more detail when I get the chance. About Maya, and the Fey family in general. The actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like. Phooey. It's locked. Come on, Nick. You know you want to open it for me. I can't. You've been in kind of a bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Zavari. I know what it is. Iris. Ha 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 ha. Iris and Nick, sitting in a tree. Kissing. She's such a fucking child. She's 19. Ugh. My back. Okay. There are a bunch of musty-looking blankets and bedding sets piled up here. Wonder why they're even here in the first place. It's because all spiritual training is done under the supervision of a nun. I wonder if Sister Bikini is planning to sleep in here while I train. But if they sleep, what's the point of having them here in the first place? Phew! We managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Huh? Oh, sorry. I think I know, but I'm not sure.
Hey, you! Wait up!
You think he's yelling at us? He must be. There's no one else around.
Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way.
Hey, I know you. You're...
Sorry, gotta run. See ya.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Maurice Dunham.
Liar. You're Larry. Your clothes may change, but you're still the butts.
Shut up. I'm Maurice. And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusky Bridge.
So it really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else. I don't want to talk to you. So what are you doing with the last name... So what are you doing with the last name Dunham?
Well, I wanted to start over again. With a clean slate.
A clean slate?
You remember, don't you? Last time?
The mask-to-mask case.
After that, I started to realize I didn't like this guy known as Larry Butts. And that's when I came across it. The Book of Destiny.
The Book of Destiny? Do you mean...
The Magic Bottle by Miss Elise Dunham. It's so beautiful, so moving, so gentle. My heart felt cleansed. I was saved.
Maybe I should buy a copy of the magic bottle. Wow, Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get that book now, too.
He's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'd follow her anywhere.
Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady.
You see? Here's a picture I took of her in secret.
Why'd you take a picture of her in secret? Wow, what a beautiful photo.
You want a copy, don't you? It's okay, I just happen to have made extra prints.
Taken by her only pupil, Maurice Dunham. Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. So tell the truth. You must have some kind of ulterior motive, right?
What are you talking about? I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women.
Talk about a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book?
Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart.
And that's why I'm asking. Can you draw well enough to make a whole book?
Now that you mention it, I wonder.
It looks like you still have some doubt in your heart.
It's true, I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended and something else began.
Oh, Larry. Sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Elise Dunham.
No, you're wrong. It's not her, it's the other girl.
Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this.
Oh yeah, her, my little Iris.
She's really pretty.
This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her.
Yeah, you always liked those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you say you were swearing off women?
Huh? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have. I have, basically. But Iris is different. I feel like I still have one more chance left at the dream.
This guy will never change.
Everyone!
Hey, Pearly!
Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall.
All right. I can't wait to dig in, Pearly.
I'm going to go to the inner temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training.
7:46 p.m. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training? Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance.
Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk.
Ha 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 ha. No pain, no gain, I guess.
I'm still worried about you.
Well, well, well. Let's not dilly-dally, shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Iris! Please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright?
Yes, Sister Bikini.
And then, after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall.
I understand, Sister Bikini.
Maya and Bikini really seem excited about this training thing tonight. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight?
Well,
If you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together.
really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading.
Ha ha ha. Well then, would you like to practice reading with me?
I'd love to.
Pearls is absolutely smitten with Miss Dunham. So Larry, what are you gonna do?
Me? Well, I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all.
I totally hear you there.
Miss Elise? So, for example, how do you read this?
It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word.
Oh, okay, and what's this word?
That's another tough one. It says roast. What kind of book is she reading anyway?
Well, I'm gonna go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise.
Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. 9:12 p.m. Hazakura Temple. Ugh. Whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. Why couldn't the nearest bathroom be just a little closer to my room?
Mr. Wright?
Oh, Mr. Wright. Oh, Miss Dunham, are you going to use the bathroom too? Oh, no, but have you seen Pearl? No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to your room. I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me. Miss Elise Dunham, a woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. But the really mysterious one is...
Oh,
Sister Iris.
good evening.
The really mysterious one is this girl.
Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright?
I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her, and maybe get some answers. You're Sister Iris, right?
Yes.
So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple?
I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home.
So you've never left?
Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Mr. Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were.
Ah, I see. But didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature Department?
No, I never had any interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need.
I see.
But, once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone there. I can use a computer and a cell phone, too.
Not exactly something worth bragging about. But I don't see any psyche locks. So I guess that means she's not lying?
Please don't stare at me like that.
What kind of a place is this anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that.
It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you.
Well, I have to admit, it is a whole different world up here.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
Huh?
Talking with dead people... Who does it help anyway? I hate it.
Really? So then why stay in a place like this? Ah! Is something wrong?
I didn't realize it was so late. I have to go and ring the bell for lights out.
I guess it's almost 10 now, huh?
Mr. Wright,
Yes?
if it's all right with you, I would like you to have this.
But this is your hood.
It has the power to protect you from evil spirits.
Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too.
I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night.
A magical hood said to offer protection from evil spirits.
I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night.
Wait a minute, Sister Iris.
Yes?
Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you.
That...
Sister Iris, please tell me the truth. You and I, have we ever met before? Iris.
Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow.
So my hunch was correct. She does know me. I'll have to try to talk with her again tomorrow. I'm not doing that. What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. February 7th, 11:06 p.m., Hazakura Temple courtyard. That scream. I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Miss Dunham! I just stepped on something soft.
Don't step on my tummy like that!
What are you doing lying in the snow?
I just passed out. What do you think?
So that blood-curdling scream was from you.
Forget about that. Hurry up and call the police.
Is there even a phone in the main hall?
No, but we have a reception. But we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right?
I didn't bring one.
Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. We've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry! Run as fast as you can.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't hurry, Iris will...
February 7th, 11:18 p.m. Farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I had to go tell Maya about what happened, too. Dusky Bridge! It's burning down! What the heck happened?
What are you doing here?
Ah!
Huh? What is it? Is it me?
Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack.
My name isn't Larry, it's Maurice.
Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple.
Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now.
Listen to me. There's been a murder. Here, at Hazakura Temple.
What?
The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe.
But...
Please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of my way, Larry.
It's too dangerous. Nick, wait.
I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's planks snapped and gave away. As I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, A final terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night.
Ah.
Oh.
How could that be at this time of night? Yes, Edgeworth speaking. Get up! It's an emergency!
Huh? Larry, do you know what time it is?
It's not Larry! It's Maurice! Maurice Dunham!
This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and...
Wait, don't hang up! It's an emergency! It's Nick! He took a really nasty spill!
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so...
I'm not joking! His life is in danger!
What? What happened? Tell me!
Talk about a guy with bad luck, he may already be dead! Anyway, you've gotta come back! You're the only one that can help! My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help!
Alright. I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm at the detention center, please! Hurry!
It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change. February 8th, 2:19 p.m., Detention Center Visitors Room.
You're really edgy, what took you so long?
I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could.
Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick's, Maya, and Iris's bikini.
Huh?
Say something edgy.
Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author Miss Elise Dunham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says that he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest.
Yeah, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris.
And here I was, convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for.
What are you talking about?
The things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said some nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other... couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he?
I'm begging you, Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I've got left. You're the only one that can represent her.
What did you just say?
You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? What do you think I called you here for?
I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who...
Don't talk to me like I'm a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know. Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell.
But I
mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before.
How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay?
Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris's side of the story.
Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all.
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth. Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Larice said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron. How could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed.
Thank goodness.
But he's caught some kind of nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. Must be imagining things. This woman... I feel like I've met her before.
Is that an attorney's badge?
Yes, this belongs to Wright.
Really?
I'm actually a prosecutor.
Oh, then why do you have a defense attorney's badge pinned on your lapel?
Well, you see, I borrowed it. Who is the woman on this hanging scroll?
Well, I don't know the details, but I've heard she's the master of the crane channeling technique.
Master?
Yes, Mystic Misty. She was a great spirit medium. That's what I've heard. I also heard that she went missing over 15 years ago.
Spirit mediums. There's no such thing, anyway.
Mr. Edgeworth?
I know all about them. They're nothing but frauds. He doesn't know anything about it, of course. But there was a time 17 years ago when I met the Master myself.
That's called a demon warding hood. I gave that to Mr. Wright last night.
He was wearing this when I saw him at the hospital today.
It's an important item for protecting acolytes from evil spirits.
If it's so important, then why did you give it to him?
Last night, I felt something. I felt that something terrible was about to happen. I didn't want Mr. Wright to fall into its grip.
Well, he wound up falling into something much deeper and colder. I probably shouldn't say that out loud, though. Thank God for inner monologue.
I was against the idea of our temple appearing in that magazine. I was afraid that this type of a tragedy might occur.
In that case, why did you allow them to run an article about you?
It was Sister Bikini. She's actually rather fond of attention. Surprisingly so.
She certainly does look rather happy in this photo.
That's Mystic Elise Dunham. She's a picture book author, or so I've heard.
Does she come to Hazakura Temple often?
No, this was her first time. It's just that she was a very important visitor.
Is that so?
Yes, Sister Bikini told me. Be certain not to offend her.
The victim, Miss Elise Dunham. The prosecutor's office still doesn't have much info about her, it seems.
Mr. Wright, how bad is his cold?
Well, his fever is very high. As a result, he's rather confused. He's worried about Maya, who is still trapped in the inner temple. And he's quite worried about you as well, it seems.
Really?
Yes. Naturally, once he recovers, I'll pass the baton back to him.
No, don't. I'm sure that Mr. Wright wouldn't want that. He wouldn't want to defend me. Oh, that's Mr. Larice.
I'm sorry? Who did you say it was?
Larice Dunham. He is Mystic Elise's apprentice, I think.
Alright. Now who exactly is this guy?
He's a very sincere, hard-working person. Did I say something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth?
Excuse me, I was temporarily at a loss for words. Take a trip, come home, be thrust suddenly into bizarre world.
You want to know about me? There's not much to tell, I'm afraid.
Just let me get one thing straight. You were raised at Hazakura Temple, correct? And yet somehow you seem to know Wright. So you two must have crossed paths somewhere.
No, Mr. Edgeworth. Whomever it was, it couldn't have been me.
What is that supposed to mean? Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling that you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to the temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at the temple then?
I've committed some sins. Sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm here. That's why I continue to train. To purify my soul.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
All right. I helped to clean up after dinner and then went back to my room at around 8 a.m.
Or, it just said 8.
Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then? I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Frightened?
I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story, I just know there is. Maybe I should dig a little deeper. You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder.
Yes.
However, you didn't go. Because you say you were frightened? What exactly were you so frightened of? What in the world?
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The psycho locks. I believe he said I needed to present this Magatama item to do something. So do you have any idea as to what really occurred last night?
I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been a cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
But I am certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human. So please answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dunim?
No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those psycholock things aren't appearing. I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
What's wrong?
I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power. It appears that's about all you can tell me.
Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow. He asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands.
But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that?
Whenever you came up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange.
Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you?
He's a very dear and indispensable friend.
It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him.
You deceived him?
I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me, without learning the truth.
Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. You should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well. I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. February 8th, Dusky Bridge. I'm sure it sure is cold, all right. So this is it. Dusky Bridge. Oh, wow. It's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. It's been about a year? Or has it been longer? It doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch. And there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess. You were transferred by HR to the local precinct? A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sir. Gumshoe indeed. Like gum on your shoe, he's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Dick Gumshoe, reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was going to get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? I just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. As a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here on this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you want the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness myself. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through? Yep. Can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And? Is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple. But we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no. Her again. Anyway, the air is really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did this bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? Never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of a man is he? He just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good. If he's so good, how is it I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor in this case? You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it. You know who? Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it out for Mr. Wright. Oh? Yeah, seems to have some kind of a grudge. And what would be the cause of this grudge? I don't know. Maybe he made fun of his mask or something. None of this is making any sense. I better look into this Godot person myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning? Yep. Last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days. A little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck. Regional weather report for the night of the crime. I see. This is a very detailed weather report.
Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that. We got the information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge. Who is this witness?
Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir. Huh? What's that thing doing on your lapel, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is it really that odd?
You bet it is, sir. A prosecutor wearing a defense attorney's badge? That's like a detective with a license to kill.
Does this little thing hold that ominous of a feeling?
There's a lot we don't know about this victim. We don't know her real name, her background. We don't know anything, really.
It's rather odd. If she was trying to hide her identity, why would she become an author?
I'll bet it was just one of those things, you know? You probably never expected to get so popular. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. 7 to approximately 10:50 p.m. Lightning 10 to approximately 11 p.m. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed before the fire started. Around 30 minutes passed before the fire starting and going out. Okay. Whenever something happens, this guy always shows up like he hasn't got a care. In fact, you know what? Every time he shows up, I always wonder the same thing. Maybe somehow he's actually the cause of all these incidents.
I wonder if Gumshoe has realized it yet. But you could say the exact same thing about him. Your face is more drawn out than the last time I saw you over a year ago.
But really? I thought so.
No, wait. It's not so much drawn out as weary and tired. Or maybe just plain old thin.
I thought that too, sir. My salary's been kind of, on the low end. So, yeah, my food options have been kind of non-existent. Off-brand chicken soup, off-brand spaghetti, off-brand bread, that sort of stuff.
I thought you were really into instant noodles last year.
I got really sick of the stuff after a while, sir. He's supposed to be Miss Elise Dunham's apprentice or something.
I see.
Yeah, he drew a nice portrait of me.
That's nice.
And he made me pay him 50 cents for it.
I'm sorry about that.
You don't seem very interested in him, Mr. Edgeworth.
I really don't want to talk about him, that's why. I feel like I've seen this girl somewhere before. She wasn't from a prior case, was she?
Nope, can't be. We did a database search with her fingerprints and came up with nothing.
I see. I just can't shake this nagging feeling.
Well, everyone knows that you are quite popular with the ladies, sir. Maybe she's an old girlfriend that you sent to Dumpsville when you were younger.
Detective! Where did you hear such nonsense from?
I didn't hear it from anyone. It's just sort of how I imagine you to be, sir.
Do I really inspire this sort of frothing desire from the female masses? I usually hear about promising young prosecutor candidates while they're still in school, but I've never seen or heard of this person.
I gotta admit, he's puzzling, all right. He just appeared one day, big mug of steaming coffee in his hand.
Sounds like an interesting man.
Yeah, the whole prosecutor's office is really into double espresso macchiatos lately. February 8th.
Oh, Angie, what took you so long? I'm so cold, my brain's turned to sherbet. Knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and the case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a second. Hold it. Objection! What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? You call yourself a defense attorney?
Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Defense attorney just sounds plain old weird, pal. Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore.
Dude, Edgy. I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet.
I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
You're ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is.
Come to think of it, when you were a kid, you were always saying, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people. Something like that.
That was a long time ago.
But see, now you've got the chance to follow your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you've got to do it. You gotta save my little Iris.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
Hey, I know I may not look it, but I'm an artist. I refuse to look at anything. Blah, 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 blah. I still can't believe it. She was such a great person. But someone's putting this murder on my sweet little Iris. Edgy, please, I'm counting on you.
Well, frankly, I was hoping you could give me a little more than that.
Well then, I got it. I'll draw you a portrait. How about that?
Since you're kind enough to offer. All right.
Hey, I know I'm He was a good guy, a real pal to the end. When I look back now, I have nothing but good memories.
What's with the past tense? He's not dead, you know.
Yeah, you're right. Anyway, the guy owes me after all. I saved his life.
What is that supposed to mean?
If I hadn't called for help so quickly, he would have died. I'm not so surprised, though. I used to be a security guard. It was all instinct, baby.
He has a point. He called me pretty quickly, too. I think Larry's pretty good at motivating people. I just wish he would try motivating himself once in a while.
Huh? Me? All you have to know is to remember not to call me Larry anymore.
What?
I'm a new person now. I've been reborn as Laurice Dunham.
Alright, fine. Let me ask you something else then, Larry.
Call me Laurice. If you don't, then I'll call you Melise Dunham.
I have a feeling that she's hiding something.
Could be. After all, she's shy and gets embarrassed pretty easily.
I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Why not? Look, I know all about this kind of thing. Come on, Edgy. You were a guy once.
You were...
Lots of girls are like Iris. You know I'm right.
Oh, you most certainly seem to have convinced yourself.
Man, I love shy girls like her. It's just so cute. You know what I mean?
I still doesn't listen to others, I see. I guess some people just never change. I suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains.
Say, this just gave me a great idea.
Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not.
I've got an idea for a brand new invention. It might even make me rich.
An invention?
Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that?
Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. This gate looks quite old, strong enough to resist the weight of time.
That's the Mr. Edgeworth I know. You got a real flair for words, sir.
I've always appreciated this kind of old timeless elegance.
That's exactly how I feel, too. Take this coat, for example. Like a fine wine, it gets better with age.
Even fine wine turns to vinegar and begins to stink at some point. I suggest you wash that atrocious rag you call a coat, Detective. That must be the main hall back there.
Brilliant deduction, sir.
Are you trying to flatter me, Detective Gumshoe?
Brilliant use of suspense to build the tension, sir.
According to Wright, the head nun has some important information. I can't miss the opportunity to speak with her.
Hang on. Hey, it's a public phone. You don't see a lot of these anymore.
That's true.
Since we got one here, why don't we take a photo as a memento?
Well, sure, why not?
Oh, darn it. Don't have a camera with me. I'm gonna go buy a disposable camera. I'll be right back, sir.
What's so special about public phones? Why is he so fascinated in them? Some letters are wildly engraved into a roughly cut boulder. Dusky Bridge. Certainly is an appropriate name.
Need to get some glasses, Mr. Edgeworth. That sign says Dusty Bridge. I can see how you read it wrong, though, sir.
You're the one who needs glasses, Detective. Try reading it one more time.
Ah, you're right. It's Dusky Bridge after all. I guess whoever wrote this made a mistake.
So this is the bridge Wright tried to cross.
Pretty reckless, if you ask me.
Macy survived the fall from up here.
Yeah, he's one lucky guy, sir. Now I see how he manages to win his cases in court. Blind luck.
I think dumb luck suits Wright just a bit better.
There's a little shack down that way called Heavenly Hall.
A shack?
Like a run-down doghouse for losers that can't bear the freezing drafts of wind. Kinda reminds me of my apartment, sir.
Name Heavenly Hall makes it sound like a palace.
Giving a hotel a great name is a crime itself. I'd call it false advertising. By the way, the name of my apartment complex is Compton Castles.
Not such a great name, if you ask me.
Well, it's not such a great apartment either, sir.
Looks like a pretty good distance to that far cliff.
Yeah. It's gotta be around 100 yards or so.
Detective, that's not even close to 100 yards.
Well, I gotta admit, I'm not very good at judging distances.
About 20 yards or so. And impossible to cross without a bridge, it seems.
Okay.
I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl that cute can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time. Honest. I had a penny for every time he said that. Just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you, and what were you doing on the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost! Go back on your charter jet and get out of my sight, you creep! I hope your plane crashes and you die! I'll ask you just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing? As I suspected. Psycholox! I'm sorry, man. You know me, I just don't remember. My short-term memory's a wreck, dude.
Hey, hello there. So, how are you feeling?
All right, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? my name is Miles Edgeworth. My. A handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. Circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you have found her. Now what can I do for you? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Whoa!
Mr. Edgeworth. This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness.
Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut.
My stomach is already growling in protest.
So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know.
Oh, it's a warmed cat box. But where are all the cats?
It's called a hibachi. It's for heating the room.
Oh, look at those ancient straw crispies.
Those are a type of zabuton cushions called enza.
Why are you giving me such a hard time, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Why?
Because learning something new might actually be a good thing for you, detective. There are more enza cushions in the corner of the room. It's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack.
Beats me.
Would you mind checking that for me, Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth.
Looks like an old manila envelope.
Yeah!
What is it, Detective?
This could be it. An ultra-important clue. A super special clue.
I suppose I should read it myself, then.
Looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Unless you want your secret to be exposed.
This sounds like a blackmail letter.
Found in the main hall. Maybe she dropped it. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor. A super-duper prosecutor.
Oh, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. There's flowing script written everywhere on the walls.
Man, I'd bet you have an awful nightmare if you tried to sleep in here.
This is our main hall, so it's protected by a variety of magic spells and charms. They're all designed to prevent evil forces from entering.
So if I slept here, the Oogie Woogie Boogie wouldn't hunt me down for eternity? Alright!
Does this guy think about anything other than eating and sleeping? An altar with a giant Magatama enshrined on it.
There are a lot of candles lined up on here, too. You know, I haven't had a birthday party for a while. For myself in a while.
Maybe you should blow out those candles over there and make up for that.
Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind singing happy birthday to me?
Stop that! Cut that out! Please don't blow out the altar candles! That thing sure casts a strong presence over the whole room. This is the lesser Magatama. It's a precious heirloom containing a great many souls.
Huh? This is lesser? What is the greater one like?
The greater Magatama is displayed in the main room of Fame Manor. It was supposed to be shown at the Treasure of Crane exhibit, but it was so large that they couldn't bring it through the doors. First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an occult here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. You must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch.
Wow, you're right. That does sound exhausting.
Detective, this is no time for flattery.
Sorry.
Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard. But your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. Ha 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 ha! Ho ho!
Starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason.
Oh, you get the chills pretty easy, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth?
All right then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard.
It must have been past 11. Oh, no, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart.
Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie.
I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword.
Did you see this criminal with your own eyes?
I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris.
You must have been quite shocked.
Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'd be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack in the middle of a courtroom. And I happened to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too.
I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out.
Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid.
However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural.
Unnatural?
The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness.
I wonder what she means by that. As the head nun, it's your duty to stay with the acolyte at all times, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I know I may look strong, but the truth is, I've got a bad lower back.
A bad lower back?
Yes, it's especially bad in the winter. So bad that I can't even lift a bucket. You remember how cold it was last night? My bad back felt as stiff as frozen glass. I just wanted to take a nice hot bath to ease my aching back. That's why I returned to the main hall.
You left the disciple all alone?
Don't be ridiculous! I would never do that! That's why I ordered Iris to the inner temple after she had rung the bell for lights out.
Yes, but she never went to the inner temple, did she? She did this. So did this head nun actually see Iris there? I think I'd better try to get some more details. So who is this occult that was to train at the inner temple?
Her name is Maya Fey. I treated her very badly, I'm ashamed to say. And after she went through the trouble of signing up for the special course...
Special course?
It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant 30,000 times.
You don't mean to tell me she's still doing that over at the inner temple, do you?
No, of course not. You don't have to worry about that one little bit. Last night, we still hadn't started the training session itself.
Well, that's good to hear.
Oh, dear. There's one thing I forgot to tell you.
Uh-oh, I don't think I like the sound of this.
Do you know that small girl? I believe she is Mystic Maya's little sister.
Maya has a sister?
Oh, you mean Little Pearl? That's Maya Fey's cousin.
Little Pearl?
I thought she was going to visit Mystic Elise after we'd finished with dinner cleanup. So I haven't seen her at all since last night. Late last night, she's nowhere to be found.
You mean she was with the victim?
It's all the fault of my stupid, creaky old back.
A little girl who was with the victim on the night of the murder is gone?
As they say, the plot thickens.
Huh? Ah, well, look what you found. That's the master of the crane channeling technique, Mystic Misty Fey.
Hey.
It's been nearly 20 years since Mystic Missy's disappearance. Apparently, she intended to pass on the master title to her daughter.
Who is this daughter?
Well, I myself am part of a branch family of the Fey clan. But even I am not privy to information concerning the main family. Well, that's a demon warding hood. Acolytes are highly susceptible possession by evil spirits, you know. That's why we always wear these for protection.
Oh, I see.
What are you waiting for? You don't get any protection just by holding it, you know. it on already.
No, I can't. I was just...
Oh, it's like it was made just for you, Mr. Edgeworth.
What do you mean by that, detective?
It looks absolutely marvelous.
You've just got to keep it on for a while. Is this some sort of divine retribution? About this picture...
Well, look at that. I look pretty so to the X-y, don't you think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up until recently, we've avoided exposure in such magazines. But this time we had our reason.
Is that so?
Well, why deny the world the sight of such a lovely face? Oh! How could such a terrible thing have happened? It's all my fault!
Well, come on, lady. I don't think you need to take all the blame yourself.
Quiet! What do you know anyway?
Ouch! You're scary.
With that stupid 5 o'clock shadow and that stupid old coat of yours. It's too bad that you weren't the one that disappeared.
Does she have to take it all out on me, sir?
Her anger does seem a little manufactured. Do you know anything about this old crumpled up letter? Is that addressed to Iris?
Yep, it clearly says to Iris on it.
I can't believe it. That girl doesn't have any secrets from me. So Sister Bikini didn't know anything about it. This man, his face betrays a life of suffering and great weary of the world. Sure.
But even so, I can't believe this guy actually jumped into the river! Think of all the fun things he might have enjoyed if he had just lived. Relentless spiritual training alone is no way to lead a complete life, huh?
Sounds like she's got some major regrets she's dealing with. Perhaps I should let Gumshoe explain Wright's situation to her for me.
Hey, don't look at me like that. Do your own dirty work, sir.
This is Mystic Elise's apprentice, is it not? I think he might have a bit of a crush on me. Sweet boy, at any rate.
Huh?
Oh, I don't blame him. Mr. Bikini understands the temptations of young men.
Sure.
But I'm afraid it wouldn't be proper to abuse my position. I am head nun, after all. But in return, I did allow him to draw a portrait of me.
I pray it was a pose that maintained your modesty, for everyone's sake.
All my fault. What do you know, you fucking pathetic man? Ah.
Okay. You said you went with Maya to the training hall in the Inner Temple last night. Did you happen to see Iris while you were there?
Of course I saw her. I told her to meet us after ringing the 10 o'clock bell for lights out.
So you're saying Iris came to the Inner Temple, then?
Of course she did. Iris has always been a good, obedient girl. After that, I had Iris help Mystic Maya begin her training.
That doesn't fit with Iris's story at all. She said that she never went to the Inner Temple.
As they say, the plot thickens.
It's all my fault. Me and my stupid back. Mystic Elise has been murdered, an important acolyte is trapped, and a little girl has been lost.
You know, you really shouldn't be so negative. It creates bad karma.
Quite right. I need to do some more training myself, I think. She's a very important visitor, you know. An honored acolyte.
Honored? How so?
The Fey name is synonymous with the crane channeling technique.
Therefore, she must be a spirit medium of great power indeed.
Now that you mention it, 1 year ago, there was a case that was about the master of the crane channeling technique.
Detective, I detest talk of supernatural drivel. I suppose now you'll say she has midichlorians.
Ho 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 ho! So it gives you the creeps, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
That's got nothing to do with it. Oh, this poor girl! Where could she have gone?
Well, we checked out her home, and she's not there.
And she's nowhere in the vicinity of the temple either. Which means there's only a few other possibilities as to where she could be.
Ah, do you think maybe she fell off the bridge and was carried downstream?
Why do you have to be such a pessimist, detective?
I was just trying to think like you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ironic. I became a pessimist only after I had the pleasure of working with you.
And this is where the murder took place, sir. Other than removing the body, we left everything else untouched.
Thanks, detective. I'll just have a look around. Looks like the police are still investigating.
Oh yeah, by the way, thought I'd better ask just to be sure. Are you really going to defend that nun, Iris, at the trial tomorrow?
Yes, I will. I gave her my word, and now I must follow through with my commitment.
Well, in that case, I've got to be careful. Got to make sure I don't leak the prosecution's whole investigation.
Don't worry about it, detective. Just keep your mouth closed, and I think most of it will flow out on its own.
You got it, sir. I'll make sure it flows out like water from a tap.
Yes, you do that, detective. Just how much has your runny spout leaked over the years? Mountain Gate must be just over that stone wall.
Ah, stone walls. Jumped over a few of those in my time. Most of them are good memories, but not all.
Detective, perhaps someone should introduce you to the concept of paucity of words.
Ah, I just love skiing.
Really? You don't, sound like the type.
Ugh. Damn it.
Well, what about sleds?
Sleds? Nah, they're a little too kiddie, you know. Messes with my hard-boiled image. What's with that silence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Is the world starting to go mad? The lantern. I suppose they light it at night.
And there's something elegant about the light of a fire. At the end of each month, I always like to relax in my room by candlelight.
Detective, can you not afford to pay your electricity bill?
How did you know?
What's this? It looks like a wizard's staff.
And that belongs to the victim, Miss Elise Dunham. There's nothing strange or magical about it. Oh yeah, listen, this is just between us, okay, sir?
Yes, what?
This is top secret stuff. Don't tell anyone about this.
Alright.
The truth is, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a wizard.
That's it? That's what you wanted to tell me?
That's it.
The staff was made from a really strong kind of wood. What about fingerprints? Were there any on it?
Just the victims. Prepared by Elise Dunham when she was alive. Has her fingerprints on it.
So the sword from this golden statue is actually the murder weapon.
It sure is. It's called a Shichishito, by the way. Nasty piece of work, sir.
There's still blood on it. I suppose this is the victim's blood.
Yep, it's all over the blade. And speaking of all over the blade, there are fingerprints all over the hilt of the Shichishito, too.
Fingerprints?
Naturally, they match the prints we got from the younger nun, the defendant.
The fingerprints are on the murder weapon.
What's wrong? You're looking really solemn.
Is this how it is for Wright? Is this what it's like to be a defense attorney?
Yeah, I figure it doesn't really feel good. Doesn't feel really good.
To be honest, it feels more like it's detrimental to your health.
The apparent murder weapon has the victim's blood and the suspect's fingerprints on it. The victim is the famous picture book author, Miss Elise Doonan. Her entire past, up until she won that writing award last year, is a total mystery.
It's hard to believe in this day and age that you can still find people like that.
The estimated time and death of the victim was between 10 and 11 p.m. on February 7th. Cause of death was blood loss resulting from a stab to the back of the murder weapon.
The murder weapon?
The victim was found skewered with a giant sword, sir.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but there's one strange thing.
Yes?
The victim's entire body was covered with bruises. The bruises are consistent with falling from the height of a 2-story building.
A 2-story building? That would be about the same height as that room in front of us, correct?
Hey, you're right. Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. That just happened to be the room that Elise Doonan was staying in.
Maybe she was pushed out of the window after she was stabbed by the sword.
Loss of blood from stab and back. Body fell 10 feet after death.
Now then, Detective, let's see if we can summarize what we've learned so far.
Okay. Let's take a look at the map. According to the testimony of Sister Bikini, the head nun, right after they'd finished dinner, she and Maya Fey headed to the inner temple. At 10 p.m., after ringing the bell for lights out, Iris went to the inner temple. When she got there, Sister Bikini had her take over while she went back to Hazakura Temple. After taking a hot bath to soothe her back, Sister Bikini witnessed the murder in the courtyard. If you want more details, you just ask Bikini herself in the main hall.
Inner temple, huh? I'd like some more information about that place. The trial begins tomorrow, but who's the prosecutor?
I'm pretty sure it's that Godot guy, but nobody can get a hold of him, so they're looking for a replacement.
What do you mean?
It's really weird. All of a sudden, no one can reach him. I wonder if the rumors are true. Maybe since Mr. Wright caught a cold and won't be defending, he just lost interest.
I intend to appear in court in the role of defense attorney. However, I would be quite unhappy if it came out that I'm actually a prosecutor.
Yeah, I can see why. But I'm not the one you have to worry about. I think the real problem is going to be that judge.
Yes, he certainly would remember my face, even after such a long absence. Well, I requested that another judge preside over the trial tomorrow. We've only met each other once. There's a good chance he won't remember me at all.
Yeah, but what about the prosecutor? Everyone in the prosecution's office must know you. Wouldn't it be a problem if someone there made a big stink, sir?
There's no need to worry. I pulled a few strings and arranged for a prosecutor of my own choosing.
Wow, Mr. Edgeworth. I had no idea you had such a powerful string to pull.
What is this inner temple that Maya was supposedly training at?
According to Bikini, it's an old building they use for training the acolytes. It's on the other side of the Dusky Bridge.
The bridge that burned down, huh? Is there anything else on the other side of that bridge besides the inner temple?
Nope, not a thing.
Nothing.
The other side is surrounded by cliffs on all sides. In a way, it's kind of like a little island out there.
So the only thing there in the inner temple is the inner temple.
I hear it's not the kind of place a person should strive to be in.
Please be alright, Maya.
Oh, so I think I might have already told you about this, but the truth is, when I was a little kid.
You wanted to become a wizard, right?
Hey, that's amazing! How did you know that? So, what do you think? I'd make a real great one, don't you think?
We just had this conversation a little while ago, Detective.
And the sword represents the multiple branches that lives can take on, all ending as one.
Never heard of that one.
You know what I think about sometimes? What kind of life would I have... What kind of life would I have had if I hadn't joined the homicide division?
So you think about that kind of thing too, huh?
Of course I do. Think about it a lot. Me as a traffic cop, me as a detention officer, me as the Blue Badger.
I guess he doesn't have any plans to leave the force. I don't see Larry anywhere.
Maybe we scared the poor kid away.
His heart was shut tight with a number of psycho locks. I guess I'll have to look for him now. What a thorn in my side. Ah, Mr. Edgeworth. I came back because I need to ask you a few more questions, if you don't mind. But I've never told you... I've already told you everything that I... Iris, please remember. I'm on your side. You can tell me anything. Yes, thank you. This letter, it appears to be addressed to you. I think it's someone's idea of a joke, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I threw it away. He's not giving me a straight answer for some reason. I'm going to have to find someone else who can give me more information about this. Is that the murder weapon? Yes, it is. Have you ever seen it before? Yes. Mystic Amy was holding it in the courtyard. And apparently, the head nun witnessed the whole sad affair. She saw you stabbing Miss Elise Dunham with his very own sword last night. Sorry. I don't... Yeah, okay. I just finished speaking with the head nun of Hazakura Temple. She testified very clearly as to what happened. She said she saw you stab Miss Elise Dunham with a sword. Another one. She said that when Maya began her training at the Inner Temple, you were there as well. What? When I spoke with you last, you claimed that you never went to the Inner Temple. And yet Sister Bikini says she met with you at the Inner Temple that very night. But I didn't go there. I didn't go to the Inner Temple last night. Looks like she's unwilling to tell me the whole truth. I wonder if I'll find the answer I'm looking for if I break those psycho locks.
I was frightened. Since I've been handed this case, it is my duty to dig up all the answers, understand?
Yes, sir. The smallest flame can sometimes bathe a case in a whole new light. In my years of court, I've seen it happen over and over again. That's why I'm committed to searching until I have those answers. Now then, is it really true that you didn't go to the Inner Temple last night? Yes, I swear. I already told you that. Yes, you said you didn't go because you were frightened. That's right. If that's the case, then the obvious question is, what were you so afraid of? Iris, I wonder, is this what frightened you so much that you couldn't leave your own room?
That's the weather data. There we go. I found this in the main hall. It is addressed to you.
Oh, that's...
Well, Iris,
Why are you glaring at me like that?
you were scared of the blackmailer who wrote this to you, isn't that correct? Was it the evidence or the power of my glare that broke that lock? Oh well, I don't suppose it matters either way.
But, Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
I thought that letter was just someone playing a prank on me.
A prank?
Well, yes. After all, even if I did have a secret, there's no one to tell it to that would cause me any grief.
I wonder about that.
Sister Bikini is like a mother to me. I would never hide anything from her.
No, you may not have anything to hide under normal circumstances. However, last night was different. Unfortunately, I don't know the exact nature of your secret yet. However, whatever it is, there is one person you didn't want your secret told to. Phoenix Wright. You mean something to Wright, it seems. And I can tell he holds a special place in your heart as well. That's why you didn't want him, of all people, to know your deep, dark secret. Well, what do you have to say?
I should have expected as much, especially from a friend of his. After dinner, this letter was waiting for me in my room. As I said, I was frightened by it.
What is this heavenly hall the letter mentions?
It's a small mountain shack at the base of Dusky Bridge.
A small shack, huh?
It's more like a broken down shack that no one would ever want to go near.
Salutation here. There is something I must ask you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Where is it on this map?
It's around here. To go there, you must follow a small path down from Dusky Bridge. The reality is, to get to the inner temple, I had no choice but to cross that bridge. But the thought that such a terrible criminal could be lurking at Heavenly Hall... I was so scared by the whole affair that I didn't even want to think about it.
So this is the secret that you locked away in your heart.
Yes.
Looks as though I may have to visit this Heavenly Hall now. Maybe I'll find some sign of our mystery blackmailer. In any case, you still claim to have never left your room last night.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Rang lights out bell at 10 p.m. and was then in her room until the murder was discovered. The trial starts tomorrow. I promise you I will win. I'm going to win so that you and Phoenix Wright can see each other again. But when I do, you must promise me that you will tell him your secret.
It's pointless.
Why would you say that?
Because I may know who Phoenix Wright is, but he has no idea who I am.
February 8th, Heavenly Hall. Is that the portrait? That's pretty good. If that's the portrait that he made. Whoa, not much of a view down here, huh? Still better than the view from my apartment, though. Someone's here. Hide yourself, detective.
Oh, why? Why does this always happen? Whenever I find a girl I like, they always run away. I even chased one of them to Japan. Next it's going to be prison, I guess. I'll steal that detective's wallet. That'll get me locked up for sure. Nah, I can't do that to someone who looks like he's down on his luck.
He's just talking to himself. Be quiet and listen.
I knew it. I shouldn't have done that. I blew it again.
Done that? What did he do, I wonder? Hey, you! About what you just said. I got an objection.
Whoa, what the? Edgy, you dirty rat!
Gumshoe, you oaf. I'm sorry, sir. Before I knew it, I was shouting out objection. And in a loud, commanding voice, too. I even pointed with my pointer finger.
You've watched too many trials.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Larry, the jig is up. What have you got to say for yourself? What is this festive-looking ornament?
It reminds me of our class in grade school. We used to have a lot of fun decorating the classroom with origami, remember?
Well,
Oh yeah, you were never any good at it.
Really?
Yeah, this guy was so bad he couldn't even fold $1, let alone a crane. Everyone tried to comfort him, but he would just sit there sobbing.
Really? Never would have expected.
Be quiet already! I'll never forget the shame of that day. You want a crane? I can now make a perfect quarter-inch crane without a single flaw.
You know, Edgy, nothing for nothing, but a quarter-inch crane without a single flaw is not easy.
Yeah, that's quite a feat, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
This is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
Yeah, as Edgeworth, hear all of his and Larry's childhood tales. This is the Eagle River, sir. It runs pretty fast, so it doesn't ice over, even in the winter.
If it had iced over, Wright would have been in some serious trouble.
You're right about that. It would have landed on the ice and slid downstream to who knows where.
Not exactly what I meant, but alright. The straw roof is totally covered with freshly fallen powdery snow.
Wow, makes a nice image, doesn't it? I always did like the rustic look.
Heavenly Hall. I suppose it's an appropriate name in some sense.
You got that right. Look at that bridge up there. This place has to be heaven, because that thing is hell.
You could do well to remember, Larry. That thing is a sacred place to some people.
That's a horrible graffiti problem you've got there, pal.
You don't know anything, detective. This is art. It's an expression of my bittersweet love for Iris.
Larry, do you know what the difference between graffiti and true art is?
It's how the artist himself defines it, right?
I should have seen that one coming.
Well, if that's the case, then all my lunchboxes are masterpieces too, pal.
What is this little shack anyway?
Well, I just discovered it myself yesterday.
And why were you down here in the first place?
Come on, I'm an artist. I was looking for a good place to sketch. This is a great little place. It's, artistic. It's quiet, it's cold, it's got no power, and it looks like it's about to collapse.
It sounds a lot like my apartment there, pal.
One thing's for sure, no one is likely to show up and disturb you here.
So can I get you something to drink? Some hot water, maybe?
He's getting all buddy-buddy on us, sir.
Listen to me, Edgy. You've got to do this. You've got to save Iris.
Why are you so sure she's innocent? Because she's cute?
Watch your mouth. Anyway, I've made up my mind about it. I'm going to marry that girl.
Mr. Edgeworth is pretending he didn't hear you, so I'm gonna ask for him. Have you already asked this girl to marry you?
No, not yet. But I can tell how she feels by the look in her eyes. She's got this "I really want this man to carry me over the threshold" look. I'm sure Nick would be surprised. He'd never imagined that I could marry such a beautiful girl like that.
Something tells me he would be shocked indeed.
That's why I didn't want her to do anything dangerous. I mean, what am I gonna do if she gets hurt?
What is this guy trying to say? He lost me about a mile back.
If we really want to know the answer to that, we're going to have to drag him onto the witness stand. Come to think of it, you still haven't answered my question.
Where were you and what were you doing last night?
Oh man, don't you have anything else to talk about? With that kind of attitude, you'll never be a ladies' man like me. Oh, okay, chill out with those scary eyes. I got it. If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
Something incredible?
Yeah, but let's not talk about that now. Let's talk about the good old days. What do you say? Come on, I'll pour you a nice cup of hot water.
Why hasn't he realized that I absolutely despise talking about the good old days, especially with him? Night of the crime. Alright, now you're going to tell me what you really saw last night.
Whoa, you're really upset, aren't you, Reggie? Okay, I'll talk.
Huh? That was a bit too easy.
Yeah, anyway, it was awesome. Never seen anything like it. At around 10 o'clock last night, it started thundering. I'd been sleeping, I'm not sure for how long. Suddenly, zing, the world in front of me went white. Like I'd just been slapped in the face by my old girlfriend Naomi.
And then?
And then, it was on fire. The bridge was on fire.
Dusky Bridge caught on fire? Are you saying you saw it with your own eyes?
Hey, what are you giving me the evil eye? I'm telling you the truth.
There's still 3 Psychologs remaining. That means he's still trying to hide something. By the way, Larry, where were you when you saw that happen?
Where, you say? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean, what do I mean? Just answer the question.
I was in my room by the main hall. Where else would I be?
As usual, you're as transparent as an empty jelly jar. The problem, I suspect, lies there.
There? What do you mean, there?
It's impossible for you to have seen lightning strike Dusky Bridge from your room. This is a map of the area. Take a look around the vicinity of Hazakura Temple.
What am I looking for?
I think that should be fairly obvious. The main hall is surrounded by trees, and it's impossible to see the bridge from there.
What? Why didn't you tell me that before?
Well, how about it?
How about what?
You feel like talking now?
About what?
Looks like it won't be that easy after all. You leave me no choice. I'll have to move on to the next step. You weren't in your room at the temple, so then, where were you?
You don't think that I was... You don't know that I wasn't in my room?
So where was Larry, and why was he there? If I read the situation up to this point correctly, the answer is fairly obvious. Very well then, let's test my theory. The place you witnessed lightning strike Dusky Bridge from was here. The place you saw the lightning strike from was, naturally, Heavenly Hall.
Why would I be hanging out in that old shack? It's freezing cold. There's no electricity and it could fall apart at any minute.
Larry, how do you know that anyway? How do you know there's no electricity? After all, it's not that dark yet.
Oh.
In other words, you have just provided evidence to prove my theory. My theory that you've at least once in your life visited Heavenly Hall after sunset.
I have to admit I'm impressed, Edgy. You're in a total different league from Nick.
That's nice. Now tell me, what were you doing in that cold little shack last night?
That's what you might call a fair decor.
I think you mean faire decor. Could it be you were waiting for someone?
Oh no! You really are one scary guy, you know.
I believe that last night you were waiting for this person to come and meet you. There's only one person you'd wait for in a horrible place like this, Larry. I told you before.
Oh, I told you before, don't call me Larry.
The person you were waiting for was Iris.
Oh, suddenly I feel cold all over, Edgy.
No doubt because of my chilly glare. So you think
I got the hots for Sister Iris, huh? Do you have some kind of evidence? You got something that proves I was waiting for her? Or are you just guessing?
so this is where I draw the line and end this ridiculous little game. Here's the evidence that proves you were waiting for Iris. Here's your evidence. You called her to this spot with a pathetic blackmail letter.
Oh, hey, give that back. You're embarrassing me. What are you doing with that anyway?
It's not important. I misjudged you, Larry.
What do you mean?
Taking advantage of a woman's frailty like that. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh.
First of all, what's this at the top of the letter? It says salutation here.
Well, that's what it said in the book. Letter writing for dummies.
You're not supposed to actually write that. That's where you're supposed to write, Dear Iris.
I'm so sorry.
So you were here in Heavenly Hall last night, weren't you, Larry? And you saw the lightning hit Dusky Bridge, didn't you?
Sorry, Edgy.
Sorry doesn't cut it, you scumbag. Threatening a young lady like that.
Well, wait, hold up.
What now, pal?
What are you talking about? What threatening stuff?
I'll tell you what, you tried to scare Iris by threatening to expose her secret, pal.
What do you mean threaten? When did I threaten her?
Unless you want your secret to be exposed. That sure sounds like a threat to me, pal. Blackmail, in fact.
Give me a break, it's a love letter. Haven't you ever been in love?
What did you just say?
I love her. It burned so hotly it could melt all the snow on this mountain.
Oh, then what is this secret you mention?
Come on, Edgy. Don't you get it? I'm talking about the secret love between her and me. Obviously, she wouldn't want Old Lady Bikini to know about it, right? About our hot and sour, bittersweet love affair.
Alright, then why do you send a love letter in a business-like manila envelope?
Give me a break. It's not my fault I didn't have any other envelopes. Eesh.
Then why were you so quick to apologize, pal?
It's 'cause Edgy gave me that scary look of his. What's wrong, Edgy? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden?
That's it. That's what all those huge locks were about. I don't understand why you were so defensive.
Well, I don't know either. I guess the thing is, you shouldn't expect too much from a guy like me. Hey, come on, don't let it get you down.
But Mr. Edgeworth, this guy is still hiding something, I know it.
What do you mean, detective?
Don't forget what this guy said just a minute ago.
If you really want to know, last night, I saw something incredible.
He's right. Larry.
What? You're looking at me like a hungry dog that just found a bone.
What was this something incredible you saw last night? You're going to tell me, Larry, one way or another.
I already told you, didn't I? I saw lightning strike Dusky Bridge.
Yes, and I believe it was the incredible sight you saw. But now that I think about it, something doesn't quite ring true.
What doesn't?
That's all there is to your story. Your heart wouldn't have had all those locks. Therefore, Larry, I do believe you saw something last night. Something more incredible than lightning.
What? When? Where? Why? How?
Hey, what do you think you're doing? If you hide anything from Mr. Edgeworth, I'll arrest you on the spot, pal.
No!
What's wrong, sir?
Does this mean I have to do it all over again? Why are you glaring at me like I'm next to be hit by a bolt of lightning?
I've just about had it with this Harlequin.
If I really want to drag the truth out of him, I'll just have to drag him to the witness stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Save progress, sure.
Boom, baby. Yeah, long episodes once again. Yeah. Baby. Oh, the trial's gonna be so good. What a good cast of characters, honestly. Just really nice. I love how, especially if you play all 3 games back to back, everything comes together in some way. Even some of the conclusions that are presented in the finale of the first game, or I guess the first finale, because there's 2 finales in that game now because of Rise to the Ashes, or Turnabout Rebirth as it's called in Japan. But anyway, Turnabout Goodbyes, it brings up like Edgeworth's past a little bit. It brings up some like funny stuff from Farewell My Turnabout from Justice for All. It is also going to start bringing up stuff from Case 2 from Justice for All, Reunion and Turnabout. And it's just going to be great. And of course, it's bringing us full circle from all of the cases in this game to now. All of the cases just are just a wayward point to get to this case, and it's great. It's fantastic. Best case, which is not an uncommon opinion at all. In fact, it's probably the most common Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney opinion that this is the best case. But yeah, I love this case, and I'm gonna love the trials sections so much. It's gonna be great. But that'll be for next time. Thank you all for watching, especially if you got this far, and stick around, because there's a lot more to come.